from KD Percussion here. This video is for students and parents who are new to percussion. I'm going to show you how to set up a percussion pack that comes with a drum practice pad, a glockenspiel and a stand for them both, and all comes in a nice wheelie carry case like this. Even if you don't have this particular brand, a lot of them are made in the same kind of way, so you should be able to manage with generic brands as well as this one. So first things first, after we open up, we're going to set up the stand to begin with. So it should come in these little pouches here. You get two parts to the stand. This one I'm going to just set aside. This is the first one we need to deal with. This is the base, and you see we've got a couple of wing nuts here. So the first one at the bottom, we're just going to loosen. Don't have to unscrew it all the way, otherwise it'll come off and then get lost quite readily. So open up the feet to maybe about 45 degrees. You want a nice wide base, not too narrow. Once you've done that, you can securely tighten the wing nut, not over tighten because that can damage the hardware as well. So we're going to set that down. This is the second part to the stand, and we can just slot that inside, loosen this wing nut if we need to. Okay. And we generally want the top of the stand to be about belt height for the player. We can adjust that as we go. So here we have a thread that the drum pad is going to go on top of. So let me show you that. You should find the drum pad somewhere in the lid part in its little compartment here. So this is about an 8-inch size, and it comes with a thread in here as well, so that can just screw on. It also has foam on the bottom, so you don't necessarily need the stand. You can put this on a desk or a table or something like that, and it should stay still as you play it. So we can just wind that on there, okay, until it doesn't move. Don't have to over tighten once again, and then you're ready to go. The great thing I like about these pads is that it's got a rim on there, which I like to use as the symbol if I'm teaching drum kit. So that's that. So when we take this off, you just unscrew it. There we go. Put it back in its little compartment. So now we're going to set it up for the glockenspiel. That's where we have these black cradle arms. Now we have another wing nut here, so we need to loosen that. And we just need to, one at a time, just kind of pry these open, because they can get a little bit stuck if you try and do that. So just one at a time, pry them open. Eventually they'll open right up. Now we just want to get it relatively flat, and then we just tighten there. Now notice, if I show you kind of a top view, that the cradle opens up and it's not exactly square. And that's on purpose because the glockenspiel is a trapeze shape. So the wide end, we actually want to sit in between these two wider arms here, and then these two narrow arms here will be on the narrow end, which is the higher end of the instrument. Now, as I take the glockenspiel, we need the small end to go to the right. I've set up my stand just so. We also have a hole in the middle of the glockenspiel base here that will have room for the thread to go through. So I can just line that up a little bit here. And as I said, narrow cradle goes to the narrow side. Now, it is a little bit wobbly right now. So what I can do, this top wing nut, I can just hold on to the cradle while I loosen that slightly and just lift the cradle up just that little bit so that it hugs the glockenspiel a bit nicer. Now there's one other thing with the glockenspiel that's quite handy, and that's in one of these little flap compartments as well. This is actually a glockenspiel music stand, and over here there will be some little slits on the end of the glockenspiel. So what we do is we just gently pry this open. Don't force it because you'll bend the metal, it's not that strong. So gently pry it open, okay? And then it goes this way. So these are the arms that go into the little slits, and then your book will sit on top of here, so it's got to be facing the player. just like so. Slot that in. You can put your music in there, grab the mallets, and off you go. Now, as I was saying before, the glockenspiel and the drum pad both need to be at about waist height or belt height. So you just need to hold fast to the top of the stand, and then you can gently raise it higher using the middle nut as you loosen it. And then once you're pretty happy with the height, then you can tighten that middle wing nut, okay? And then that's at a pretty reasonable height, and it's comfortable to play, and you're promoting good technique at the same time. So just to wind it up, the way we want the things to be packed away looks like this. So the glockenspiel goes underneath this main flap here, so it's important to protect the bars as much as possible. Your black music stand for the glockenspiel goes in one of these, and the two-piece stand goes in here. I like to put the black rubber parts on end to end just so that they fit a little bit nicer. And your drum pad goes in there secured with some Velcro. And now that's packed away. So happy practicing, everyone, and I'll see you next time.